It's so good to see you back in action. So good. So, Star Wars is back. And what a way. In Rogue One, we see a band of heroes, which are composed of mercenaries, warriors, assassins, led by Jon Erso that try to infiltrate Imperial Station and escape with the Death Star plans. This is the movie that serves as a prequel to A New Hope, and let me say that it was awesome. As you guys can probably guess from my t-shirt, my posters, everything over there, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Star Wars for me has always been one of the stories that always inspired me most and has made me love it. And I was so excited to finally go and see this movie, and I have to say, it did not disappoint me. This movie serves perfectly as a tie-up to A New Hope. It's gritty, it's very different, I think in my opinion, to some of the old Star Wars movies, and the new Star Wars movies. Very different in tone, but I think also pretty good in how they managed to capture the colors and the tones of Star Wars A New Hope, because it literally takes place only at the beginning, a couple of days and then minutes before Star Wars A New Hope. So I thought they did a really good job in capturing that magic again, while at the same time being a bit different. Before I go into ultra fan mode, let me say that the movie was not perfect, of course. There's no perfect movie ever. There was the first 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes, 1 hour, was a bit slow and sluggish with all those jumps into different planets. But I thought it was a great movie, and I'm not going to hide it by trying to be, unbiased, because that's not why I did this channel. So before we go any further, let me give you a warning. There's going to be a ton of spoilers, and I'm going to be giving so much spoilers that if you haven't seen the movie, stop here and be warned that I'm going to be giving out spoilers about them. First, let's start by saying that I thought this was a movie that was made both for the fans and the non-fans of Star Wars. Fans like me, that we know everything, we've read books, we've read comics, we are every day on websites about Star Wars. It was great because there was a lot of nods to other Star Wars movies. For example, I love the fact that you get to see those two cantina guys who must be living Jeddah, because in a couple of days they have to be in the cantina Mos Eisley, so where they can find Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I thought it was great just to have a small scene with them. Not even an important scene, just a throwback for all of us fans. I thought the movie, for fans especially, I think it works great. It gives us a lot of throwbacks to all the old movies. See, the way I judge movies is not based on, is this a correct script, is the lines this, blah blah, is the editing correct, because I don't know about those things. I judge them based on the feelings they give me. And I have to say that walking out of that movie, the 2 times I've seen it, has been amazing. I walk out so excited, and I immediately want to see A New Hope, and that's the best thing I can say about this movie. I think this movie makes A New Hope even better. And that's what a prequel is supposed to do. It fills out some of the plot holes. It fills out finally the idea we've always said about why was there that exhaust port in Star Wars original movie. Why was there that in Death Star? What a flaw. Well, now we know it was not an intentional flaw. It was put there just so they could destroy it by getting Erso. It basically fills out everything that has to do with Star Wars A New Hope. It makes that movie much better, and as soon as you finish that, with that last scene with Leia, you immediately want to get home and watch A New Hope. This movie is different to all the other Star Wars movies because it's not a typical Star Wars space adventure movie. There is that part of it, but there's also, this feels like a war movie. The last hour of the film, I think it is, basically since they get to Scarif, oh my god, that's so good. You feel like you're in a war, you see them, people dying, the rebels, which I think are great because we see a different aspect of them. Yes, they're the heroes, they're the good guys, but they also are dark. They struggle with each other, they're struggling with what they do, and they sometimes do things that are not nice, but necessary in order to save the galaxy, and that, I think, injects a little bit of realism, because they're not white heroes, they're grey sometimes. That makes it great because they're fighting for a cause, and sometimes in the name of a cause, They do bad things, but they do that in order to be able to defeat the Empire. And I thought this movie was great. That last 30 minutes, 1 hour, that war in Scarif, that amazing spaceship battles with the X-Wings and the Y-Wings fighting, and big rebel fleet, and then down over there you see soldiers landing on the beach trying to help the rebels already there, them fighting. You really feel the stakes, you really feel what it means to them. And even though, yes, the characters sometimes are not really developed, I thought it did not really hurt the movie because we were invested in the Rebel Alliance, and that's what they showed us. These people who are willing to die for their cause, and all of them do die, but yet they fight for it. So I have to say that a Star Wars movie, this really brings the war to Star Wars, and it was great to see that gritty fights and over there, them slowly dying off, but yet being able to achieve their goals. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really fun, and it really kind of makes up a little bit for the beginning of the movie, which is a bit slow. So yeah, I really enjoyed that part, and I have to say that I'm really hoping they do something similar in the new Star Wars movies. What I think they did really great in this movie is that even though at no point you're not worried that they're not going to be able to achieve, logically you're not worried they're not going to be able to achieve the plans being stolen, because we've all seen A New Hope, we've all seen how it goes, we've all know that Leia managed to escape with the plans, and she manages to send them to R2, to Obi-Wan and Luke, and then that leads to a Death Star being destroyed. But yet, at some parts of the movie, you are really tense because you shouldn't even forget that you know what's going to happen. That they're able to do that with you, that they're able to play with your feelings so much. I thought it was a good job because at the beginning when you watch that movie and you start, you know there's no stakes because you know they are going to achieve this, but yet they're able to bring those stakes. They are able to show you, and it's awesome also to see some of those characters in their last days before basically they die. Tarkin in his political play, which we didn't really see in New Hope, how he's moving politically and getting more power. Bail Organa just as he's about to die, but yet being able to still have hope in the rebellion and starting the preparations for Leia to get to find Obi-Wan. Mon Mothma I think was great. Basically, and I also really enjoyed the fact that the rebels are not all united, because these are supposed to be different parts of the rebels finally joining, but they haven't been fighting as a cohesive unit. They haven't even really gotten a victory, because when it starts with A New Hope, their first victory is the one we see right here, that first battle where they managed to steal the plans. So they're lacking that cohesiveness that has come from being triumphant. They have a similar idea, similar ideal to fight for a rebellion, to fight for the Alliance, to fight against the Empire, but they're not joined until they manage to get this victory. And it was really exciting when they pop up with the rebel fleet and they start fighting. I thought that was really well done, and I really enjoyed that. In terms of characters, I really enjoyed Jen Erso. I thought she was really cool. Some of the other characters were not as well developed, but my definite favorite character was a droid, KS2O, I think it was, K2SO. That he was awesome, really quippy, really fun, and it just shows you that no matter what, Star Wars knows how to do droid characters, because K2SO, which is basically a blank almost mental piece, he's able to convey so many emotions with his quips throughout the movie, and his death was kind of depressing also, which I thought was really great, because if you think about it, it's a droid, but yet we care so much about him, and I thought it was really, really fun. For me, what's being great about these movies, about Star Wars, since we got The Force Awakens, is, we never got to experience this. Us who were younger and new fans, we got the prequels, but the prequels were not great movies. They were, in my opinion, they were okay, but they were not great. And we never got that feeling that people had in the 70s when they were watching Star Wars and they were coming out of the theater, when they watched A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. That feeling that they gave you when you came out and you said, I want more. This is amazing. And not just that feeling after, but before, the excitement. And I'm so glad that I'm able to have this now. I've been able to go to the premiere, not the critical press premiere, but not the one for the press, but the one for the fans of Star Wars Force Awakens and this movie. And that feeling you get in that theater with people being so excited, because those movies are probably going to be good again, because Force Awakens I think was really good. This movie I think was really good. And that feeling that we can get now of going to the theater and being excited about it, I think I just love it. And not just before, but like I was saying, the after, coming out of that theater and going, wow, that was a really good movie, this is what Star Wars is all about. this movie made A New Hope better. I want to see A New Hope now. I think it's so cool that we get to see that, and I'm so excited that I'm living in a time where I can finally enjoy as much Star Wars and get those same feelings that people used to get like 30, 40 years ago when Star Wars first came out. Talking about the movie, yes, I liked the new characters, I liked the new things they showed, but the thing I most enjoyed was this guy here, and I loved the way they used him. I thought, for example, first things first, I thought the CGI was pretty good. I love the effects they do with practical and CGI combined. I also love how they used Tarkin. I thought he looked really good. He was not as important, but more important than other characters. But I thought he looked great. Of course, sometimes you can see he's CGI because it's difficult to do those things. But I thought overall it was really well done. But this guy, oh my god! First things first, I loved the way that they did not use too much Vader, because with the prequels, Vader lost a little bit of its mysticism, of its power, and that's not how Vader is. If you watch A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, he doesn't appear that much in the movies. He doesn't have, I think in New Hope he only has 12 minutes, but what's great about him is his presence. Every time he appears, it's important. The power you feel from him coming, the strong, the terror that others feel, the terror he makes people feel around him. And I thought this movie really captured that with just 2 quick scenes. The first scene, dialogue, I hope you don't choke. You don't choke on your ambitions. That's a bit corny, but I thought it was great the way he turned and was choking people in his palace in Mustafar. And it's really awesome that he has a palace in Mustafar, because that's where Darth Vader was really born. That's his birthplace, really. That's where he tried to kill his mentor, and he got beaten and became that monster, that technological monster he now is. And then that last scene, oh my god, that was so amazing. That's straight off a video game. Vader coming out, killing people with his saber around. You actually feel the terror the rebels have, and you're kind of scared because he's a monster. He's just walking. He never runs. He never does anything. He goes slowly and surely, killing everybody. And I thought that was so well done. You really felt the terror they were feeling, his power coming out, his how slowly he's able to kill everybody without even breaking a sweat or showing any emotion. I thought it was so good. This guy, those last 2-3 minutes of that movie, those are the things I wanted to see from Vader, and I was so glad that it was very short, because I don't want to see him a lot in that movie. This is not his story. That's why we have the main Star Wars story about the Skywalkers, but his presence is felt throughout the whole movie, and especially in the last scene. He captures back all that magic that he might have lost with the prequels, with the he lost a little bit of his mysticism there. Now it's all back. He's once again this terrifying character that just creeps you, and you're scared of him but also fascinated by him. So that guy, well done. I was so happy with him, and I thought it was a great decision to keep him short but intimidating and powerful throughout his 2 very small scenes. I love Star Wars so much. And I also have to say that the ending with Leia, I love it. I love the fact that we get to see Leia. I thought the movie was going to end with her in the back, so I really enjoyed the fact that no, she actually turns around and she ends with one phrase, hope, leading to the new Star Wars movie. And like I said, as soon as I finish that movie, I go home and I watch the 4th. So, well done. I could go on and on about this movie. I loved it. It was what I wanted in a Star Wars movie. I know some people are complaining. I really don't get it. I'm basing my review on the feelings that I got, and I was happy with it. I came out of the theater happy and giddy and ready to see more and more Star Wars. This makes me excited for Star Wars 8 because I love the way they're taking these movies and how they're developing them. I love how Disney is taking care of this franchise, because this movie was a bit dark. Everybody dies almost. Like, of the characters throughout the movie, they all die. And I thought that was great. That's dark and gritty. So anyways, I really hope you guys also enjoyed this movie. And in terms of a grade, well, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It was a really good movie. I really enjoyed, really fun. Perfect complement for A New Hope. It makes A New Hope better. It develops the story further. It shows you a different side to the rebels and how they're willing to die for their cause. and I really enjoyed the movie. So anyways guys, let me know what you think about the movie in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be talking more because I'm gonna stop now because I could go on and on about this movie forever, about Star Wars. So you guys can see I'm a big fan, and I'm missing a lot of the things that I have to bring from my old home to this, my Star Wars encyclopedia, my books, my comics. So as you can imagine, I'm a huge fan. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. See ya!